What's up YouTube? It's your girl Sid. I'm back with another video today and I'm going to be giving you all a nursing school supply haul. So as you know, I am going into my second semester of nursing school and I thought I would just share the things that I feel are essential for my learning and things that I think help me better when I'm in the classroom or at home studying or at home watching lectures since we're primarily online right now. But I just thought I would share the things that I feel like help a lot. So let's get into this video. All right, so first up, we have my backpack. This is the Calpac Glenroe backpack. It gets the job done, it's functional. I actually bought it because it matched my luggage set, but I figured why not use it for school and get my full money's worth. So up next we have my scrub shoes. These are from the brand Clogs, and I've actually worn these already because we were able to physically go into clinical before everything happened, but they're just your standard scrub shoes. You can wipe them off easily, and they did hurt like the first time I wore them, but after I broke them in, easy breezy, super comfortable. Up next, we have my badge reel. I have ordered some cute ones, but they didn't come yet, and I really wanted you all to see what I feel like are essential supplies before school starts, because I know it's about that time where everybody goes back to school shopping. So I just will insert pictures of them somewhere on the screen here so you can see the cute ones that I ordered. But the other thing on my badge are these little mini Sharpies. I have a red one and a black one, and these are super essential. You can find them at your local home supply store or sometimes your local office supply store. I got these from Lowe's Home Improvement. Up next, we have some pens, just plain black pens. I opened this one already, this pack, because I started using them for school already. But just some plain black pens, because oftentimes if you're to sign anything, you need to sign in blue or black ink, and I just prefer to take my notes with black. The next thing I have are some compression socks. So I just have some plain black ones here. Plain black compression socks. I got them from Target in their travel section. I'll have all of the prices of the items I'm showing on the screen here. Yeah, I got these from Target. I got a couple of pairs, and I feel like they're wonderful for when you're at clinical, you're standing up all day, you're not used to standing up that long possibly, so it helps keep that circulation going and helps decrease how much your feet hurt at the end of the day, because that's some real pain. Up next, you all saw this if you watched my What's in My Clinical Bag video. I have a little composition book here. I use this at clinical so I can take notes, jot down like door codes, phone numbers that are important, the names of the RN and techs for when I'm charting. I can write down how my patient does throughout the day so I can update my care plans. I can write down stuff so I can do my clinical evaluation, have a good med pass, all of the things. So this is really essential for me with school. The next thing I have is my med deck. So this So now that I've picked it back up, the next thing I have is my med deck here. This is by the people that make the Davis drug cards. Well, the Davis drug handbook. So these are the card version of the Davis Drug Handbook, and it is the nurse's edition. It's the most recent edition, I think. I use this all of the time when I am working on care plans, whenever we have case studies and we have to look at medications, when I'm actually going into clinical to do med passes. I take the individual cards for whatever medication the patient has ordered so that I can know why they're getting it, because for us, you have the 5 rights of med passing, and you have to check that with yourself, your instructor, a couple of times before you can even go do the med pass. So it's nice to just have these handy versus carrying around the book. I'd rather just grab out whatever card I need, take it with me, keep pushing. So this is a very, very, very essential item, in my opinion, because there's no way you're gonna remember all of those medications. And if you don't want to buy this deck, you can always go on Google and search whatever the medication is, Davis PDF, and it'll pull up a PDF version of the card here. So I do that for the cards that aren't in this deck, because some medications aren't listed in here, and sometimes you're giving them under a different name. So you might be given the commercial name instead of the generic name. So it just makes it a little bit easier. If you want to save some money, you can just get on Google. Good old girl Google. So up next, I have my stethoscope case. This is a case from Amazon. I ordered it specifically for the style stethoscope I have. They sell other versions, but this one was made specifically for the stethoscope case that I have. As far as where these little notches and holes and everything are placed, it's designed specifically for the stethoscope I have. And then for the actual stethoscope, I have the Littmann Classic 3. And I'll open it up for you guys. So this is how it comes in the box. It comes inside of this little foam padded box with the guide right there. So there you go. I have the all black, on black version. Those are just extra earpieces. So this is my stethoscope. And then it has the bell and the diaphragm that you rotate. So yeah, that's my stethoscope. They also have the Classic 2 still available, I believe, and the cardiology versions, other versions as well. I just felt like this was a good stethoscope to start out with, because I didn't want to spend too much money on the big ones, the big expensive ones, when really you don't know how to use a stethoscope that well when you first start nursing school. So more so just practicality and learning how to use it before buying anything more expensive. The next thing I have are some colorful pens and my pencil case. So I have this whole collection of the Pilot G2 pens. I bought the little rainbow pack, and I also have some older rainbow color pens that I use that are from the brand Jelly Roll. But primarily I use these Pilot G2 ones down here. And I got this pencil case from Target, I believe. But yeah, these are the colorful pens I use. I use them for updating my planner, adding in my notes, important things that are said during lecture. I'll write in like whatever my instructor says in a different color than what is actually on the lecture slides or things of that nature. And I also have some highlighters. These are the Zebra midliners, and they have the dual tips. So you have the fine point, and you have the bold point. And I bought these as well for when I do my notes, just highlighting things that are important, being sure that I don't miss anything that my instructor says versus what's on the notes. Or if they tell us to go look at something in the book, I'll highlight that so I remember when I go back through my notes to go back to whatever they said in the book, or remember like, oh, they said this was important, just for reference. Another thing I have is this binder here. This is one of the 5-star flex binders. I personally like this style. This is for whenever I print notes out. This is what I like to use. And I also have some note paper to go inside the binder, of course. When we don't have the notes that we can print, or we don't get them super far in advance, then I just use a multiple subject spiral notebook. This is a 3-subject notebook, and I will typically use one of these for each class. So we do 7-week classes, so you'll have 2 classes a semester for nursing. I just use the first section for the first class, second for the second 7 weeks, and then keep moving on with 1 section per 7-week period. This next item right here that I'm going to show you is like your care planning Bible. It is the most amazing thing ever. I am so happy I purchased this, and I really wish I would have purchased it sooner, but I 100% advise you to get your hands on one of these style books. This is my nursing diagnosis handbook, and for me during my first semester, this was like my Bible for care planning. This book is a lot of help with coming up with those things, because when you're first starting, you're not 100% sure, and the textbook is not always enough. So this right here is 100% going to help you and make you more successful in your care plans and just understanding how the nursing process goes. The next thing I have is a whiteboard. So I use this for when I'm practicing my dosage calculations. If I'm going through a fundamentals practice or some kind of practice questions book, usually I use the like success series books. I use this here for when I'm going through the practice questions, so I can write out like, oh, they're saying this one, this is what they're asking for, this is the main thing that they're asking for, so what should I look for first? Or going off of the ABCs, write down like, okay, they're breathing, their airway's clear, whatever. So I use this a lot, and then if I'm not using it actively, I'll keep it on my wall and write down my little to-do list for the week. Whiteboard, very essential item. Of course, to go with the whiteboard, you're gonna need some Expo Markers. And the last 2 things I have are my planner. If you've been watching my videos, you've seen this planner a lot. It's my baby. I use my planner for not only school, but work and bills and everything else, because I just prefer to have one planner for everything. And realistically, if you don't plan or write stuff down or use like a Google Calendar, a reminder, or something during nursing school, you are going to probably struggle a little bit more than the average person. So I suggest getting a planner, and when you get your syllabus or your syllabi, go through, write down everything, and then you can always go back and write down if anything changes, but it's good just to start off with something. And the last thing I have are some thank you cards. I feel like thank you cards are an important thing because in nursing school, you need to maintain your relationships with your instructors and your clinical instructors, because once you finish school, your job kind of depends on them. Like, they're gonna have to give you some recommendations. They're gonna help you get your feet out there and help you get into the career. So I feel like it's essential to have some thank you cards. Write a thank you note to your clinical instructor or your professor, your lecturer, even to the nurses that help you while you're in clinical, that you shadow or that you assist with the patient on the floor, maybe the charge nurse on the floor that you're on, all of that. I personally have written thank you notes to the nurses I've been paired with, as well as my clinical instructor, and I feel like it helps you keep those relationships, because you're gonna need those people one day. You may even get hired on the floor that you had your clinicals on. You never really know. So it's always nice to just be kind to people, even if they're not the kindest to you. Just kill them with kindness, send them a thank you card. You never know what will come from it. And that is all for my nursing school supplies haul. So thank you all for watching. I hope that this information was helpful to you. Please comment a stethoscope emoji down below if you made it this far. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. I hope to see you all back for the next one. Thank you.